This is my health consultation for my second client. The second client is Lottie. She's 24, and we completed this consultation on the 15th of January 2021. So Lottie said that her main goal was to become more active and to gain more muscle and strength. She said she completed a 5k run for the NHS and works in a zoo and volunteers at a homeless shelter on the weekends. When she's not working, she cleans and she volunteers. She also has a weekly book club, and she hopes to achieve her goals in about a year or maybe sooner. For her current activity levels, she does around 4 hours a week. This is around 240 minutes, which is above the minimum that you should be doing. She enjoys exercise but struggles to find motivation, so struggles to start off with exercise. She wants to improve her strength and her muscular endurance. She likes circuits because she doesn't get bored as each circuit you switch around. And then she likes partner workouts and Zumba classes. She considers money, home and health as her main barriers for her health. This is because she struggles with money. She only works 2 days a week, and her boyfriend can't afford gym memberships on top of their rent. She lives in a small 1-bedroom flat, so she doesn't feel as though she has enough space, and she also has asthma. For her nutrition, she doesn't really eat breakfast or lunch. She just has snacks and then she cooks herself a big dinner. She has mainly home-cooked meals and rarely has takeaway, but then doesn't eat the average amount of fruit and vegetables a day. She does snack around 7 to 8 times a day and snacks on healthier options like fruit. She also drinks around 2.5 to 3 litres of water a day, and the recommended is 2 to 2.5 litres, so it's slightly over. Lottie does smoke, and she has around 5 cigarettes a day. However, it does increase to around 12 if she's stressed. The main reason that she smokes is because she smokes on her breaks at work with her friends, and her boyfriend also smokes, and it also helps to calm her when she's stressed. She has low consumption of alcohol because she doesn't really like how it makes her feel, and she gets around 8 to 9 hours of sleep, which is the recommended. She rarely experiences stress, but when she does, the stress is really bad, and she does have an active job because she's on her feet all day, playing with animals at the zoo and helping around the volunteering. She considered herself as an active child, but then became less motivated when her friends stopped going. However, in the last year, she has started to do more walks and exercise with her boyfriend, and the rest of her family, such as her mum, is very active and did play netball nationally until she was 25. And her boyfriend does like workouts, but the same as she does, they struggle with money and they can't afford gym memberships. She struggles with shortness of breath and dizziness, and she said that it's probably due to her smoking and asthma, and then lack of food in the mornings. And as said before, she suffers from asthma. I then made sure to get her informed consent, so I asked her if she agreed for us to get in contact and share her information with the GP if it's needed. She said yes. I also asked if she agreed to being weighed and measured to calculate her BMI. She said yes. I also asked if she consented for me to measure her waist and hip ratio. She said yes. And then I also asked her if all the information she has given was true, and she said yes. I then went on and took some health screening tests. These had to be done virtually because of the pandemic. So again, I got her to place her fingers on her neck, and then I counted in my head 60 seconds, and then got her to count her heart rate. So the average heart rate for a 24-year-old female is 60 to 100 beats per minute, and my client's heart rate was 68. So this put her in the good category. I then went on to measure her body mass index. So I weighed her and I measured her height. So she's 55 kilograms and 174 centimeters. This worked out her BMI to be 118, and this put her in the 18.1, and this put her in the underweight category. We then went and measured her hip-waist ratio. So her waist measurement was 60 centimeters, her hip measurement was 90 centimeters, and this meant that her hip-to-weight ratio was 0.6. This puts her in the excellent category. So for this client, their strengths for their resting heart rate was that it was low and it was in a healthy category, and it means they have a lower working heart rate. Areas for them to improve, they could decrease it further so that they reach the excellent category and with more health benefits. And then decreasing the resting heart rate could also decrease the working heart rate, which just means that it will be easier to do daily tasks, and it will also be easier to recover after doing exercise. A strength of her BMI is that it's able to increase to a healthy weight, and then areas for improvement is to increase it slightly to a healthier weight so that they're in the healthy category instead of the underweight, and increasing her BMI to a healthy rate may also help to decrease her dizziness. Strength of her waist to hip ratio is that it was in the excellent category of the normative data tables, and areas for improvement is to decrease the ratio so that it becomes a higher number, so from 0.6 to maybe 0.7, due to the increase of muscles. Okay, so for her goals, her strengths were that she recently completed a 5k run, she volunteers at a homeless shelter, and then the goal time that she wants to improve in is manageable and is achievable. To improve her goal, she wants to gain more muscle, she wants to improve her lifestyle, improve her work, volunteer and social schedule so that she has more time. And then for physical activity, her strengths are that she does 4 hours of exercise a week, which is above the minimum you should do. She enjoys workouts and likes Zumba. And areas for improvement are motivation to exercise, working out without a gym membership and specialised equipment, and then finding safe places to do her workouts and her exercise. Nutrition, so she has home-cooked meals, she snacks on fruits and healthy foods, she has 2.5 to 3 litres of water a day, which is just above the average, and then rarely has takeaways. But areas for improvement is that she only has 1 proper meal a day, so she only eats dinner, and then she only has 2 to 3 portions of fruit and veg a day, which is obviously lower than 5 a day you should be having. Also, she snacks 7 to 8 times a day, which is quite high, and you need to decrease the snacking, which should hopefully happen if she eats more meals. For her lifestyle, some of her strengths so that she has very little alcohol. She has good amount of sleep, so 8 to 9 hours, which is the recommended. She has very little stress, so she doesn't experience stress often, and her job is active. However, she does smoke 5 to 6 cigarettes a day, and she says she smokes due to friends, and when she's stressed she smokes more. And then she also likes to smoke more when her stress is really bad, so she smokes around 12 cigarettes a day instead of 6. Firstly, for her physical health and strength, so that she was an active child and that she started to exercise more in the last year with her boyfriend, and she also has an active family. However, she stopped exercising as her friends stopped, so she has low motivation to do exercise, and her boyfriend struggle to find a space, like a safe space to exercise because of their small one-bedroom flat, and then they don't have any equipment available that they could use. So for her goals, she said she wanted to build and gain more muscle, improve lifestyle, improve work volunteering and social schedule. So she could complete home workouts with her friends and her family, and this could, so she did circuit training or HIIT training, so high intensity training. She can gain more muscle, she can do weightlifting, for example, and then taking part in local leisure centre classes and online classes. These can be fun, these can also help to motivate people. Also, she can make up exercise groups. So she says she has a weekly book club that she does. She can always create a local exercise group, and they can go to the local park or the local sports centre, have a day or an evening where they all meet up and do exercise together. And then also she can come up with a weekly schedule and add in exercise periods and free time periods, so similar to the other client. For her nutrition, she only has 1 proper meal a day. She has 2 to 3 portions of fruit, which isn't enough, and she snacks a lot. So she can try to have 3 meals a day by making up a food schedule and then cook food based on the schedule that she's prepared. And she can also have it where her and her boyfriend alternate days, so she cooks one day, he cooks the next day. And you can also do meals where you prepare the food, so they can have, on Monday they can go food shopping, come home and they can cut up all their vegetables and fruit, and then they can put them in boxes, like Tupperware boxes, and put them in the fridge, so they're all ready to make, but then all they have to do is cook them. This can save time, it might be a lot easier. They can also try and incorporate more vegetables into their meals, so maybe instead of having a chicken curry, they can have a vegetable curry. This is a good way to substitute foods. Or instead of just having macaroni cheese, for example, they can have a side of broccoli or something. And then when they do snack, they can also snack on fruit, because it can also get their portions up. To help with the snacking, they need to have more decent sized meals, so they can, like they did with their meals, they can prepare lunches in advance and leave them in the fridge so that they don't have to wake up early and prepare them, and then they need to make sure eating full meals before they go to work, because this could help decrease their dizziness, because when you don't eat enough before you do exercise, it can cause you to go dizzy because your blood sugar levels are too low. So eating full meals should help to decrease the dizziness.